Hey everyone, this is Split King Gamer. It's that time again. Sorry it's been a while, but let's just say that I've been very busy. Well, college almost over, and just that because of updates that happen. But I'll get into that. But first things first, I figured since I haven't done anything at the year started and I haven't posted a video in 2 months, I figured we would start a brand new Let's Play of, honestly, a relatively short game. And because of Black Mage Maverick's recent review, you can already tell what my Let's Play is going to be. So as you can probably tell, if you can tell from the bombastic opening, that's really awesome even after God knows how many years. This is my new Let's Play of Sonic Riders. Honestly, it's been a while since I touched the game. Well, not really, because I played it a few nights ago, because honestly, I figured since the game is relatively short and I need to get some kind of content on my channel, I figured this game would be perfect. Have I mentioned yet that even after 14 years, this opening is still kick-ass? This was back probably during one of those, like, fundamental phases that Sega was going through with the Sonic franchise during the 2000s, which, of course, is the era I grew up with. Have I also mentioned that the soundtrack of this game is also on iTunes? Right? And on that note, time for the beginning of my Let's Play of Sonic Riders. Right. As you can probably tell by this, I've already managed to clear the game, but not as of recently, since of a long time ago. Honestly, I've been looking forward to doing this game, and as you can probably tell, we're going to be doing the story mode, which I actually had to restart because I didn't finish it when I first. So, let's kick things off with the hero story and jump right into the story of this game.
I think the signal's coming from around here. That's really weird. It looks like something's jamming the radar signal.
There! What's that?
Yeah, so they're going after the Chaos Emeralds, which, I don't know.
Alright! Now we're talking!
They seem to just keep making disappearing every time there's a new game coming out. Obviously, this was also back in the day when the cast that did the 4 Kids dubbed up for Sonic X was also the cast of the series. Oh hey, Knuckles Punches actually did something. So far, so good. Have I mentioned yet that these cutscenes are still great after 14 years of watching? Because they are. I wouldn't be able to hear that if the music didn't blare itself over. Also, Sonic could just run up to him and flip him off.
Ah, new competition!
And we're gonna jump right into another cutscene the next day.
I've been
Well, that's not suspicious in any way.
Let's see who among you dares to meet this challenge.
Also, if there's only 7 emeralds, how are more than 7 people going to participate?
Eggman again! Just what is he up to this time? And there's more. Before I forget, I'll present the current contestants. These players, they're hot. The best racers I can find.
So what, are you sponsoring them?
Hey, that's the X-World Grand Prix, huh? Let's do this!
So you know it's a trap, but you're going to participate anyway. Alright, first race finished within the top 3. Alright, so... Alright, so let's see if I can try to digest everything in this first level of the story mode. Alright, so as you can probably tell, Sonic Riders is developing Sega's 4th attempt at a racing game. I can't believe I got action. So let's see if I can digest the style of the game here, because the thing is that, playing this game, there is a steep learning curve, of which the game doesn't really provide any in-game tutorials unless you read the instruction booklet, so let's see if I can help digest. Okay, that didn't go well. Okay, let's see. So as you can probably tell, B button is accelerate, holding R will allow, or L will allow you to drift. Holding the A button in combination, holding the A button will give you the jump button, and to jump up, basically jump up to great heights. And using the control stick during the air will allow you to pull off some tricks, like, well, a hoverboard, of which this game calls them Extreme Gears. Then again, this game came out in 2006, and obviously things were trying to be extreme! Trying to think. I don't think the X or Y button are used, or either the Z button. Okay, that was my bad. Alright, like I said, the timing is a little bit weird, especially when you're starting. Trying to think, because like I said, there's a lot to digest with this game. Firstly, let's see. Well, let's see if I can go over the story a bit. So yeah, basically Sonic and company are participating in an X-World Grand Prix just to try to see what Eggman is up to, but really is to figure out of the new characters that were introduced in this series. And surprisingly never came back in the series, is after Free Riders, with the exception of event comics and such. Those characters that we saw before the start of this race were called the Babylon Rogues that were introduced earlier on in the opening cutscene. Get the Hawk, Storm on the Albatross, and Wave the Swallow. And just like that, first place. Okay. So as you can probably tell, Sonic Riders' racing gameplay is a lot different than Mario Kart's, and it definitely sticks out more so. Let's see what 9 minutes in, on to the next race, so that way we can learn a little bit more and figure out what's really going on here.
Yeah, but what exactly is Eggman really after? Ah, it can't be anything too important.
Except for giving him all the Chaos Emeralds.
Huh? Amy? Don't tell me you've signed up too!
Of course, it really looks exciting and fun. Why wouldn't I join? And besides, this way, I'll be able to keep my eyes on you.
Ugh. Tails?
That mark.
Mark?
Uh-huh. I think it was on the boards of those guys we ran into in Future City.
Well, that's a generic name.
Babylon.
Babylon?
Yes, the mark of the Babylon Rogues. A long time ago, there was a floating island known as Babylon Garden. Supposedly, robbers lived there. According to rumors, this legendary band, the Babylon Rogues, were great thieves. gods incurred the wrath of the gods because of their crimes, and that the island was cast into the depths of the earth. After that, supposedly the Babylonians were then scattered for all time, never to be found. But they say that the Babylon Rogue's treasure still remains on that island, waiting to be discovered. There are also rumors that the Babylon Rogues were extreme gear specialists.
Still, how can a plank like that just float?
That's easy to explain. According to the Cutter-Chukowski lift theorem, the control surface flow is balanced by the inverse kinetics of the...
Stop! I get it, okay? It just floats, and that's good enough for me. Huh?
Sorry, but it's just too funny. Huh? That gear's unusual. Customized it myself.
Yeah, about that customization.
Well, I never imagined anyone would enter the race with such a piece of junk.
Ouch.
Thanks. It was good for a laugh. See ya, Shorty. Oh, that girl! Who does she think she is?
Yeah, how can she just walk in and diss Tails? I know, and tinkering's all he's really good at, too.
The next race is about to begin. Please come to the gate, participants.
Okay, so let's see. So once again, finished within the top 3. This is actually what I kind of like about these, because levels after this, you have to finish in first. But with these first 2 races, which is the first level is Mute City and this level Splash Canyon. Okay, so I should also mention that if you get close to an opponent while boosting, you can actually attack them and regain some air. Which reminds me, the characters auto-accelerate in this game, so this is sort of similar to F-Zero where you have to time your air gauge carefully. Otherwise, if you run out of it, then you pretty much have to find a near pit stop or come up with some tricks or find some shortcuts that will allow you to regain some air. Oh yeah, there's also some turbulence which you can use to trick off of to catch up with other players. And I lost my train of thought. Oh wait, I thought there was 100 ring. Okay, so there's items scattered around in these containers, like the classic technique. And when you level up, as you can probably saw, your attacks also get upgrades, aside from just automatically refilling your air gauge. Don't patronize me, Omo-Chow. God, this is so awkward without having to try to get in front of the camera. Okay, so what was I saying before? Oh yeah. So as you saw, one of the characters that walked in on Tails was one of the Babylon Rogues, Wave the Swallow, who is basically a mecha mechanic like Tails. Jeez, I'm really off today. But like I said, I think that these first 2 races are needed because it allows you to, because it gives you some leeway of not being able to come in first. Like, as long as you finish in, like, first, second, or third, you'll advance to the next story mission. Shit. Also, the timing of the jump, you have to make sure you're careful. And what I used to think was, like, the longer that you hold the A button and the time you release it, the more air that you'll get. Okay, so there's a lot of layers of strategy going into this game, and it's honestly really mechanically deep. And I don't think it's anything like any other racing game that I played, because Sega didn't take the easy route out and didn't make a copy of like Mario Kart until like 4 years later, and yet it was surprisingly well. First place once again. So yeah, honestly, even as a game, I had a lot of time and patience to learn this game, even if the next mission onward, I basically had to deal with the steep learning curve. Speaking of which, as you can see, we're going to be playing as Knuckles next.
Oh, it's you! I'll make sure to pay you back for this. Ha! I let you get away last time, but definitely not today. Why wait till later, you little punk? I'll pay you back tenfold now. Sorry. What are you doing, you clumsy fool? Was that supposed to be some kind of punch? Nice try, buddy.
And he's immediately disqualified for harming another contestant.
If he hadn't jumped out of the way just now, I would have clobbered. What?
Yeah, he's dead.
The race is about to start. All participants, please get to your positions now.
The track then. We'll settle this there. Looking forward to it.
Okay, so from this mission onward, you have to finish in first place by defeating Storm and 6 other robots. Alright.
Don't get in my way.
Alright, so next stage here is Egg Factory. I probably should have mentioned this first and starting with the opening cutscene when you boot up the game, but the music is fantastic here. Honestly, this has been arguably one of Sonic's best soundtracks you have in the game. There's also various shortcuts that you can take. Well, they're not really shortcuts, they're more of layers of strategy. Damn it, I missed it. Honestly, there's really a lot to take in with this game, because I'm trying to think. Yes I can, and Omo-Chow, because I've actually played this game growing up, and I had to learn the hard way about this game. And it took me a lot of patience to do it, too. So, yeah, the reason why I wanted to do a Let's Play of this game was, honestly, one thing, I really needed a short game, considering of current events that are happening right now, and I needed something that would, like, distract me from what's going on. I don't need to explain what's going on out in the real world. And this is exactly what I was worried. I was right in front of it and I missed. Whatever. Wait, what happened to Storm? I'm surprised nobody's behind me. Okay. Alright, trying to think what else to talk about. Oh yeah, the game's story. I will say that the game is incredibly cheesy because it's back in those, like, cheesy heydays of Sonic. But considering how recently they tried to take the story seriously with Sonic Forces, and from what I've heard, failed, this is actually a nice change of pace that we just kind of need. But it's also nice for going back and playing in older Sonic games and just embracing the cheesiness and the lighthearted times like there was times that we needed. Alright, and just like that, first place. Honestly, I think this is where I'm going to stop because just a slight spoilers of the story mode is kind of short. We have like 3 more races left after this, but I'm saving those last 3 for the next part. So, I'm Flick King Gamer. I hope you basically enjoyed me trying to explain this game in one go on these first 3 races. But in any case, I will see you guys in the next part. Bye.